And for those of you that haven't run with us before, I think there's only a handful of newbies today. Hello, my name is Vega. Welcome to Savage Lives. Today I will take you on a journey to visit the Queen with my awesome party leaders and veterans. And we are inside, first time. Okay. Hey, this is good, this is good. First thing I want everybody to do is pop Pure Essences and Re-Raisers, and then slot in our 2 actions. When the gate goes down, we can go to the bottom of the stairs, but please do not step on the shiny glowing pads. Do not step on the shiny glowing pads. Once you step on the shiny glowing pad, you cannot come back to the cache, which means you cannot come back and get actions, even if you use Return, even if you use Lodestone. Once you step on the shiny glowing pad, there is no return. So do not step on the shiny glowing pad, please. All right, we do have an excellence at the start. If anybody wants to mimic excellence, could you please speak up? There we go. So Ashling has the physical excellence for you. All right. And I do believe that the blue and white tanks on the Golem side, I believe it's Desola and Etienne, so you are free to use medikits. All right. And just to confirm, at least one healer has Banish. If you have a Banish in your holster, please let me know in Yell chat. For Dispels, we have assigned at Guards, it's Kevu and Eloana. And then at Mino, it's Blue and Archon, although everybody should have a Dispel at that point. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, if you banishes, this is excellent news. Okay, Slime side, once you are ready, that is groups A, B, and C. Please go and stand on the A way marker. Golems groups, once you are ready, that is D, E, and F. Please go stand on the D marker. And you are free to change voice to the voice channel that's underneath this called Golems 1v1. And Nymea will look after you there and make sure you are assigned properly. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, that's a good point. Let's make sure we have perception in every group. There isn't a perception in my group. So the Machinist in my group, please slot in perception instead of Dervish. Our holsters are slightly different from other discords.
If you have perception, just press it so you can see which side has it. You have more than enough charges. So your perception's across both sides, okay.
That's good. I think I'm getting a perception in my party, so having 2 is really, really nice. All right, and party leaders, if you could do a quick check of essences and a quick check of re-raisers and actions in your party, and then let me know that you are ready, that would be great. Alright, there's still one more person here who needs to swap sides to the other voice channel, but I think the Slimes groups are pretty much ready to go. So feel free to step on the portal in front of A if you are in a Slimes group. Thank you very much. Once we are over there, if perceptions could scan for perception, please. If you need to know where, these little pillars on the south rooms here that I'm jumping on. And then the other side. All the way in the corner. Okay, did you sense any traps in rooms 1 or 2? There's a trap in room number 2, so that's on the east side. And I'm guessing there's nothing in 1. Perfect. Okay, so there's a trap in 2, a trap in the middle, and a trap in one of the north rooms. Let's assign people to the rooms that they are assigned to. So in room number 1, the tanks are Jaja and Archon. Room number 2, you've got Azalis and Blue. Room number 3 is myself and Zeph. Room number 4 is Mashatu and Bujin. North corridor is Nico and Kieran. South corridor is Pandori and Selka. DPS assigned to rooms. Room number 1 is going to be Sapphire, Nod and Paninchen. Room number 2 is Alian, Yui and Valagnar. Room number 3 is Nal, Dizzle and Halfite. And room number 4 is Pan, Chiruru and Nezo. So that should be all of the DPS assigned. Alright, and the trappers, because we've got one confirmed in room number 2. Let's see, who have we got that could dive into room number 2? Let's have a quick look. Nod, I think you should have it. Yeah, Nod, if you could search room number 2, that would be great. And then once you've done in room number 2, obviously you can head back to room number 1 and start killing red slimes. For the middle, let's have a quick look. We should have... I'm having difficulty finding the ranged DPS. I have the icons on, but I still can't see names. I still can't see ranged DPS. We only have 1, 2. I can see. Okay, Paninchen. Perfect. All right, Paninchen. Could you search in the middle, and then search in room number 3, please? And Illy. Could you search in the middle and then room number 4? Once you find the traps, head back to room number 1, start killing the red slimes. Okay, let's talk about slimes. So, there are 2 types of slimes on this side. There are green slimes and there are red slimes. The object of the red slimes is to kill them as fast as possible and make sure they do not fuse with any other slimes. So DPS, you'll be standing in the corners in the rooms that you are assigned. As soon as the red slimes begin spawning, you need to attack them immediately. They will tether to you. Take them away from the middle of the room and kill them in the corners. They will continuously spawn throughout the whole of the pool. So continue pulling them and killing them in the corner. If they begin casting fusion for some reason, please make sure to interrupt them or stun them. They do get stunned, they do get interrupted. But your job is basically to kill the red slimes. That is it as a DPS. DPS, you will never need to target a green slime. Okay. The tanks that are assigned 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think you all know what to do, but there will be waves of green slime spawning in the middle corridor. Tank number 1 will take the first wave, tank number 2 will take the second wave, tank number 3 will take the third wave, and tank number 4 will take the fourth wave, and tank them on the green platforms in the rooms that they are assigned. After that, it is the healers' jobs to feed the green slimes to their tanks one by one for each wave. So wave number 5, healers 1, 2, and 3 will feed 1 green slime to that tank. Wave number 6, healers 1, 2, and 4 will feed 1 green slime to that tank. Wave 7, healers 3 and 4 will feed 1 green slime to that tank. After that, all healers will grab 1 green slime, tank it in the doorway, waiting. Once I confirm that everybody is at 4 stacks with their green slimes, I'll do a countdown in voice, something like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then all tanks need to provoke the last green slime to bring it towards them. They will then fuse, becoming 5 stacks, and begin casting Rupture. They need to be tanked on the green platforms to do this. The slimes will not fuse unless they touch each other. So please make sure the green slimes are touching each other when you bring them to your tanks. There are traps. There are 3 traps total. There is 1 guaranteed in room number 2. There is 1 guaranteed in the middle somewhere. There is 1 in either room 3 or room 4. So please, please, please make sure we find them. Do not disarm the traps. Just be very, very careful of them. They are either always in front of the green platform or behind the green platform. You can use perception from the doorway. If you don't find a trap, go and stand directly on the green platform. Use your perception again. And you should find it behind the green platform. That pretty much covers everything apart from the soldiers. Soldiers will periodically spawn on the north and south of the corridor. Nico and Pandori will pick them up. Pandori, you are on south. It's your job to basically pick them up, take them a little bit out of the corridor, and kill them. If they begin casting a large AoE, feel free to stun them. That's perfectly fine. Alright, is everybody clear on what room they are in? If you are not clear, what we're going to do is we're going to do ready checks. If you are not clear in any way, shape, or form, please hit no on the ready check now. And yes, make sure to move your characters at least once. Every tank should have their tank stance on. Alright, countdown is going to be starting. It's going to be 25 seconds. At the end of the 25 seconds, I'll open the door and we'll go into slimes. Every tank should have their tank stance on now, please. Three, 2, 1. And let's go. Let's find the traps first, and tank number 1, please get ready. Tank number 1, please grab 3 green slimes and take them to your platform. Tank number 2, please get ready. Tank number 2, grab 3 green slimes, take them to your platform. All traps found, start killing the red slimes. I'm sorry. Could I get a quick heal, please? Tank number 3, thank you. Grab 3 green slimes and take them to your platform. Tank number 4, please get ready. Tank number 4, take your 3 green slimes to your platform, and healers 1, 2, and 3, please get ready. Keep killing the red slimes. Keep killing the soldiers. Healers 1, 2, and 3, 1 green slime each, please, and take it to your tank. Healers 1, 2, and 4, please. Take 1 green slime and take it to your tank. Keep killing the red slimes. And healers 3 and 4. 1 green slime each, please. Take it to your tanks. Let me know when your room is at 4 stacks. Room number 1 is at 4 stacks. Room number 3 is at 4 stacks. Healers, you can all grab 1 green slime each, but keep it in the doorway, please. Hey, all rooms are at 4 stacks. Shortly we're going to provoke in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, we missed one. Southeast, take 2. Southeast, take 2. Southeast, take 2, please. as quickly as possible. Feed it, feed it, feed it. Okay, we do have Rupture. Okay, everybody sprint out. We're going to go north and then east. We're going to go north and then east. Probably a wipe. It's kind of hard to tell. It was around about 10 seconds. All the way to the east. If somebody is behind, please rescue them. All the way to the east. See what happens. Watch it carefully. Kill this, kill this, kill the Sanguine Clot. Please kill it, please kill it. Okay, we're done. Okay, I think we had one death. Please do not step on the glowing portal yet. Are you up? Yes, yes, I think they are. Yes, they are. I see them. Okay, let's head over to Trinity Seeker. Sorry about that. A bit delayed, and then we did have a death because of a giant red slime, but it happens. It happens. All right. All right. Okay, there are 2 chests here. Make sure to pick them up because they do contain fragments. And let's drop some waymarkers. Okay, as there are only a few newbies, the explanations for these fights are going to be a little bit quicker than usual, but hopefully we should be able to fit in all of the important stuff. So let's first talk about general notices. The physical range that had perception, you can now slot in a dervish, and that will make you have font of power and dervish. So please do that now. Use dervish on cooldown. And Cure 4 casters, use Cure 4 during the countdown. It gives you a bravery buff for your party. Keep it up. It refreshes every 1 minute. It's good to use it on every raid wide. Let's have a look. How many scholars do we have? And how many ninjas do we have? We have 1 scholar. Great. And we have 1 ninja. Great. No need to sort that. Everybody should have their tank stances off now. I will be your main tank, and I will have tank stance on. I'll be at the front. For the majority of the fight, everybody shall be at the back of the boss. If you want to know where to stand, Minerva will likely always be in a safe spot, so I'm going to give him the Danger Dorito. So you can always stay near Minerva. He may be greeding a little bit, but he'll be absolutely fine for positioning. He's really good at that kind of stuff. From now on, there are very few ways to raise people. The number 1 method is that you'll re-raise a prox, and it's a 70% chance. So if you die and you re-raise a prox, get to safety and immediately pop a brand new re-raiser. The second most likely thing is a rise. A rise only has a small percentage chance of working and only works with the divine pure essence. So you may need to cast it multiple times in order to get 1 person up. You can arise in combat as long as you feel comfortable and safe doing so. The third most likely scenario is Limit Break 3. Limit Break 3 gets everybody up as long as they are in range. Okay, Thrice Come Ruin is active throughout this dungeon until later on. Let's talk about Trinity Seeker. So Trinity Seeker is much like its normal mode counterpart. It's faster, it hits harder, and there are a few mechanics you probably haven't seen. The raid wide is called Verdant Tempest, and the tank busters are called Merciful Arc and Baleful Onslaught. There is a mechanic called Verdant Path, and there are 3 types of Verdant Path mechanics: red, blue, and green. Red is get behind the boss, but inside the hitbox. Blue is intercardinals away from the boss, and green is everybody stack up. Seasons of Mercy is the mechanic that catches people out most of the time. It is a look away from the white glowing orb. Move away from the purple flower whilst dodging the ice grids. So look away from the orb, dodge an ice grid. Move away from the purple flower, dodge a second ice grid. Baleful Blade is either a knockback or a hide. If it's a knockback, you get knocked back into one of the numbered waymarkers. If it's a hide, you get behind the barriers, behind one of the numbers. Sand or stone also happens. You can see that there's two types of rings on the arena. One sand, well, not one sand, multiple sand and multiple stone. The boss will jump to one of the rings and we will stand on the opposite one. If the boss jumps to stone, I will say everybody on sand. Swords. The boss will glow swords in a numbered format, either 1, 2, 3, or 4. And basically, I will tell you where to stand. The call out for this is room relative. So if I call left, left, right, right, you'll start on Delta, wait for 2 hits, and then move to Bravo for 2 hits. I may also call left, north, north, right, or left, south, right, right, or something along those lines. So it will always be left or right of the arena, and north and south of the arena. Okay, that covers pretty much everything. Now is a perfect time to use food for the little bit of extra HP and stats. Let's do ready checks, and if you have any questions, please ask in party, say, or yell chat. Tank stances off, please. All right. Golems 1, 2, and 3 are ready. Slimes 1, 2, and 3 are ready. So I'm going to do a countdown. It's going to be 25 seconds. Make sure tank stances are off. Casters, you can use Cure 4 at any time now during the countdown. It will give a bravery buff to your party, and it lasts 1 minute. Dervish, you can use it just as we pull. And make sure to refresh Dervish on cooldown. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Okay, first up will be a raid wide. And next up is swords. Okay. For swords, let's see where we're going. We are going north, north, south, south. Start on the north side of the arena. North, north, south, south. North, north, south, south. Move south. Look away from the orb. And get away from the flower. Get inside the hitbox behind the boss. Inside the hitbox behind the boss. And everybody stay behind the boss. And stay behind the boss again. Stay behind the boss. Okay, we're going to move into the middle. And this is going to be a knockback with chains. Everybody stack up. Break your chains now and get knocked back to a number. Break your chains now, get knocked back to a number. Go to Narnia if you have to. Knock back to a number. Okay, back in on the boss. Nice and close for the Ifrit dashes. We are going to skip. It's going to be cursed. Okay, we are starting on 2. Everybody start on 2. We're going clockwise and hiding behind 3. Hide behind 3. Behind the barrier at 3. Nice and close to the boss again. Everybody stack up. Everybody stack up near the markers. And we should go straight to into Cardinals, I think, after this. Or we will see one. Okay, no, we're going to see Sand and Stone first. Okay, make sure to dodge the AoEs. Everybody stand on sand, everybody stand on sand. Immediately afterwards, go into Cardinal. Sand, into Cardinals, into Cardinals. Alright. The boss will go back into the middle. Get nice and close. We are starting at Alpha. Everybody start at Alpha. Everybody at Alpha. We're going counterclockwise. And it's left, left, right, right, starting on Delta. Left, left, right, right, starting on Delta. And move right. Look away from the orb. Get away from the flower. South is safe. Everybody stack up for chains. Get ready. Break your chains. And then there will be a raid wide. Tank Buster is next. Make sure you're behind the boss and away from me. Perfect. And we're just going to kill the boss. We got all the good patterns today. Alright, do not go ahead. Do not go ahead. There are traps. There are traps. There are traps. Please allow the duelist time to find all 6 traps. There are 6 traps in total. Please do not go ahead until the duelist has found them. I am also looking for one lucky party leader who wishes to do Dahu callouts. If nobody wants to do it, then we will have somebody. There is a trap on the left as well. Be careful. Be careful. And that's why we say be careful. Okay, you got up. That's good. Perfect. All right. Be very, very careful. These ones are particularly nasty. Okay, everybody can follow the triangle towards the Dahu arena. The caster and the physical ranged in Ashling's party, please stay behind towards the plus marker. Minerva, are you okay doing callouts for Dahu?
There's callouts.
There's callouts for Dahu. Dodge orange in it.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to change voice channel then with Ashling. Ashling, if you want to drop down to the Golems 1v1. Minerva will look after you here. And I'll help Ashling with the 1v1. We'll need a new main tank as well for Dahu. Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
It's fine.
Right, thank you very much.
Alright, do we have any volunteers for main tank? As Elise, there you go. Stands on. Just let As Elise do it. Alright. Minor explanation. Just the number mechanic, because you don't really see it in normal mode. People get numbers on their heads. All you need to do is just go to the edge and find the closest line. We have the number markers on the arena. Generally, you try to go near the marker according to your number. So if you get 1, you go to 1. You get 2, you go to 2, and so on. But as long as you can, if you can't make it to the number marker, just hit a line, any of them. That's fine. That said, nothing else to say, so let's just do ready checks. As Vega said, this fight is just dodge orange. There's nothing else. Alright, waiting on Signs 1 and Golems 1. The duel's not pulled yet? Okay. Yeah, there's Golems 1. Alright, countdown is starting then. Oh, well, he's pulled. The countdown is going to be in the yellow chat. It started now. We're gonna start off with a bunch of AoEs, and then Dahu's gonna dash in a direction. We will just go opposite of that direction. So just spread out a bit. And dodge orange. Go south. And away from middle. Dodge the fire breath, and then we'll go to mid. Range and healers start making their way towards north. We'll be getting numbers soon. One and two have to be very quick. 3 and 4 you have some time. One to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and 4 to 4. Once these are done, be ready to dodge a big slap, and then move into it once it goes off. Move in. Find a safe spot in the edge, and get knocked back into it. Get behind Dahu. And we are spinning with him. You can stop in the second cleave towards 2. We'll keep going. We're not gonna kill the ads, we're just gonna greed. Kill Dahu, ignore the ads. You can kitchen sick mitigation into now as well. And the duel is successful. So again, just ignore the ads, kill Dahu. And we are good. Good job. I don't think I saw any dead. Yeah, we're fine. And we can make our way to Queen's Guard. Don't forget your chest. If you forgot your secret chest, you can go back now. Do not go ahead if you did not.
Alright, duel list is done.
Hello.
Hello. Alright, I'm guessing Dahu is deleted. Yes, Dahu is deleted. Okay, we are at Queen's Guard, everybody. So I'm going to run the Queen's Guard command in chat. Healers should now have Spellforge and or Steel Sting equipped. You should have one of each in your party. Healers, if you're greedy in Spellforge or Steel Sting, please do let your party leaders know. I believe we have the Reflect Orbs pretty much sorted for every group. Cheche, are you okay taking both of your own?
Yes.
You've already preempted my question, clearly. Perfect. Okay, so in run chat right now, there are some images posted, and for the Reflect Orbs, it is the last image. So Golems 1 is G1, Slimes 1 is S1, Slimes 2 is S2, etc, etc. So please take note of your groups. Reflect Orbs, then healers, talk to your co-healer and find out exactly which one you will be taking. As Lees, do you want a tank? I'm guessing that's why you've got the marker above your head. And if you do, please let me know what preference you have.
It's because she was tanking Dahu. Yes.
Okay. This is a great time. Okay, just let me know what you want to tank. Dispel for this fight. I believe it's assigned to Kevu and Eluana. You are backup, so please make sure you can keep an eye on your co-healer in case they drop. If you could slot in Dispel, that would be great. Okay, as a lead, you can do the Knight and then the Soldier, please. Knight will go into the middle, Soldier will go to the left-hand side of the arena. Alright, I think that's pretty much everything sorted. I'll do some minor explanations. There are 3 phases to this fight. 3 phases in total. Well, 4 phases technically. So phase 0 is all 4 of the Queen's Guard are on the arena, and you can use your AoE to burn them down. Once they reach 80%, they will disappear though. If they don't reach 80%, then they will disappear after 2 raid wides, and then they will start spawning 2 by 2. The first phase will be the Warrior and the Knight spawning. The Warrior will be taken to the eastern side of the arena, and the Knight will be kept into the middle. First thing we'll see after that is Spellforge or Steel Sting. You'll need to give Spellforge to anybody who does physical damage, and you'll need to give Steel Sting to anybody who does magical damage. I will then call out which one is needed. If I call out Apply Spellforge, and you have a Steel Sting, you'll need either a Spellforge equipped to you by your Keeler, or you'll need to click away your Steel Sting. What the bosses do is they make themselves semi-invulnerable to a specific type of damage, so you need to do the opposite type of damage. Okay. After that, you'll see Bomb Slinger. There's two types of Bomb Slingers. There's bombs on the edge, and there's knockback bombs. Bombs on the edge means you take a bomb on the edge. Knockback bombs mean you knock back from one of the markers, A, B, C, or D, towards a bomb that you need to get hit by. When I say bomb you need to get hit by, there are two types of bombs. There are large bombs and small bombs. The way it's worked out which one you need to get hit by is by counting tethers. For instance, if you see a tether go into the bombs and you see a tether go into your character, you need to get hit by a large bomb. If you only see a tether to the bombs, or you only see a tether to your character, you need to get hit by a small bomb. And if you see no tethers whatsoever, you need to get hit by a big bomb. I'll make a call out, it'll be something along the lines of, if you are tethered, get hit by big. If you're not tethered, you do the opposite of what I say. If it's bombs on the edge, bombs on the edge of the arena, and knockback is just from A, B, C, or D towards the direction I tell you to. After that, we'll see a boost on the warrior. Kavod, that is your time to use a dispel on the warrior. I will call it out. And wind tethers as well. So wind tethers, about half of the raid will get a tether and also a debuff that looks like a set of mechanical scales. If you get this, you are going to a wind puddle. If not, you're going to lightning. Optimal play afterwards, and it's either Knight or it's Knight Shield or Knight Sword. If it's Knight Sword, we need to get away from the Knight in the single direction that the boss is not cleaving. If it's Shield, we need to get inside the boss's hitbox in the single direction it's not cleaving. There will be 3 claws around the Knight. You need to pay attention to exactly where it is not cleaving the claw. Right. Both of the bosses need to die at roughly the same time, so we need to keep them within about 5% of each other. Party leaders, if you notice that one is slipping way too high, please call out. Once they both die at the same time, they will despawn, and then the soldier and gunner will reappear. The soldier will be taken to the left-hand side of the arena, and the gunner will be taken to the centre. We'll see fire frogs after that. There will be 2 sets of fire orbs, 2 small, 2 large. After a short while, they will disappear and all turn into frogs. We need to remember which ones were the small fire orbs, and we need to follow them and be in between them when they move. This will create a safe spot for us to stand in. You will then also get the open shot mechanic around your feet with 1 open side. You need to point your open side to the gunner that is in the middle of the arena. Once the gunner does its AoE, you then need to point your open side to one of the turrets on the side of the arena with an arrow pointing towards you. Turrets will spawn shortly after that. 2 turrets, 1 at Delta and 1 at Bravo. Azalise, are you okay taking your own turret at Delta? Please let me know. I will be taking the turret at Bravo. And basically, they need to be burnt down. They cast a tank buster first, which the 2 tanks that are tanking them need to make sure they invul. And then they will cast a raid wide, which is explosion, and it will kill everybody. So we need to make sure we kill them before they finish casting their explosion cast. Perfect. Azalise and myself will take care of the turrets. Fire or ice is after that. If you get fire, stop moving, stop casting, put your weapon away, hand off the keyboard, just like in Seat of Sacrifice and Castrum. If you get ice, you need to keep moving, spin around the boss if you have to. Now's a great time to move your character. If you've been standing still for about 10 minutes, move your character so that you don't get kicked. There is a 10-minute kick timer in this instance. It's invisible pretty much. There are a few other mechanics, but we likely won't see them, and once they both die, all 4 of the wards will respawn on the intercardinal positions where the numbers are. Healer orbs will then spawn. You can see the image for the reflect orbs in the run chat. Healers will need to go to their reflect positions and reflect the orbs that are nearby by activating a light curtain. Light curtain does consume 1 GCD, so please do not try weave it in. Very important. You can also drag light curtains from your holster onto your hotbar. I'd like 4 tank volunteers to take north orbs and south orbs. The aura spheres will spawn north and south. Tanks need to pick them up. All of the DPS need to damage them down. Once they have died, whoever had the most aggro on them when they died, they will get a red marker above their head, which they need to use their invuln, otherwise it will kill them. Okay, Nico, you are North 1. Etienne, you are South 1. Jaja, you are North 2. And Masha 2, in my party, you are South 2. I know you didn't sign up, but you're the first tank name that I saw in my party, so. Alright, so we will see 2 waves of healer reflect orbs and 2 waves of tank orbs. Damage down the aura spheres north and south, make sure they die. And the wards will have a parry on them, so they will have shields on 2 sides of themselves. Only attack on the open side. If you attack a shielded side, you will get knocked back into the wall and die. And you will also get a Thrice Come Ruin stack. No assizes, no dances. Alright, pretty much covers everything. You can start handing out Spellforge and Steel Sting to your party now. Let's do ready checks. Alright, let's have a quick look. Golems 1, 2, and 3 are ready. Slimes 1 is ready. Slimes 2 is ready. And Slime 3 is ready. So tank stance is off, everybody apart from me and Azalise. Timer is starting now at 25 seconds. Yeomin, thank you so much. That's really kind. Alright, you can apply Cure 4 Braveries now, and Dervishes, of course. We're going to AoE these bad boys down. Let's go. We're going to put them all together so you can do all your AoE on them. We'll see the first raid wide. And we won't see the second raid wide. Warrior to the side, and then Knight into the middle. Make sure Dispel is equipped, please. Apply Steel Sting, click off Spellforge. Apply Steel Sting. Apply yellow, apply Steel Sting. Alright, it is going to be Bombs on the Edge. Great news. Bombs on the Edge. If you are tethered, take a large bomb. Bombs on the edge, tethered, take a large bomb. Tethered, take a large. Let's get ready with the Dispel, please. If you fall down first, move into a very old explosion. And let's go. The Dispel ready on the Warrior. Dispel on the Warrior now, please. Get rid of the red marker. Dispel, Dispel. And more DPS on Knights. Raid wide. Alright, they are semi-equal. You can split damage. Next is Wind Tether. If you are tethered, you'll be taking a Wind Puddle. Tethered will be taking a Wind Puddle. If not, go to Lightning. Tethered to Wind. Activate Sprint. Sprint to the Knight. Sprint, sprint, sprint. And in towards the southwest.
Do not kill it, do not kill it.
Dispel on the Warrior, and then kill the Warrior. Dispel on the Warrior. Alright, we're done. Great job. The Gunner and the Soldier will now spawn. Soldier to the side, Gunner into the middle. Okay, Fire Frogs are first. Okay, we're going to pay attention to the 2 small fire orbs that have spawned. And the safe spot is at number 2. Safe spot is at number 2. Open side to the gunner in the middle. To the gunner in the middle, please. Open side to a turret on the side. Back on the bosses. Tank busters. And then raid wide. Turrets are next. Hold your big burst. Alright. Here come the turrets. Focus the one at Delta first. Burn them down, maximum DPS. And then a raid wide will be going off shortly. And back on the bosses. Fire or ice is next. But no, it's not. Healers to reflect positions. Everybody get ready to kill the aura spheres. Healers to reflect positions. Tank stances on if you are on an orb. Use your light curtains now. Only attack on the open side of the wards. Only attack on the open sides. Stop attacking. Wait for the parry. There it is. Only attack on the open sides. Healers to reflect positions. Tanks get ready to pick up your aura spheres. Healers to reflect positions. And we're done. Alright, we do have a death, at least one, on south. But they're up. Perfect. So let's go ahead to Phantom. And remember both chests. Thank you, Ashling, for doing the jewel. That means we get extra loot. Alright, we are at Phantom. If you're going to slot Banish, please say in shout chat, just so I know, and so that we don't double slot it. Fujin, thank you very much. Fujin has Banish. Okay. Very similar to normal mode, apart from you can't use the movement mechanics. That means you can't hide in the rectangle whilst waiting for the donut to pass. When we pull the boss, there'll be a raid wide, and then we will go to either Alpha or Delta. Once we are there, donuts will begin appearing, and we will have to follow them down all the way to 104. There'll be some dancing back and forth between the waymarks on south, but I don't think we'll see much more after that. DPS is astonishing today. Massive thank you to everybody who brought excellence and big deeps. Let's do ready checks. $800 by 600, Jesus Christ. Azalis, yes, put your tank stance on. Everybody else should have their tank stance off. You can tank as much as you like, Azalis. Alright, we just have one missing in my party. Golems 1, 2, and 3 are ready. Slimes 2 is ready. Slimes 3 is ready. The person missing in my party is unfortunately inside the arena. Out of combat rescue used to exist. Correct. It did, yeah. They had to change it after one patch. Okay, please don't tap out. We are almost ready. Ilikiani. Yeah, perfect. All right, countdown is starting. It will be 25 seconds. After the 25 seconds, Azalise will pull. Feel free to use your DPS actions on this fight, especially if you are going to be mimicking at Trinity Avowed. Four, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Raid wide. You can all start betting on Alpha or Delta if you wish. And we are going to Alpha. We're going to Alpha. Sag. Happens. Alright, we're going to follow the donut down. Follow, follow, follow. All the way down. Do not go past 1, and do not go past 1. And now everybody can move to 2. And build a jug gauge, yes, thank you very much. Everybody can go back to 1. It is 1, isn't it? Yeah, it is 1. Everybody back to 1. And boss is dead. Great job, everybody. There are traps ahead, there are traps ahead, there are traps ahead. Please do not go ahead unless you have perception. If somebody is kind enough to slot in perception now, please do so. Don't worry, it's all good. Everybody got to learn. Okay, we can go into the middle in a straight line, and the person that has perception can do it directly from the middle. And there is 1 in the doorway. Perfect. When we get downstairs, there are 4 more traps total. If you don't see any traps, do not move. If you do not see any traps, do not move. Okay, 1 more in the doorway here. And there are 3 more traps in the TA room from the doorway here. And from the middle. If you do not see any traps, please do not move. Alright. Okay, once we are at the Trinity Avowed Arena, we will take a small break. Nice 5-minute break. And everybody will be back at the hour. Once everybody is back, we will begin explanations for Trinity Avowed. I'll explain the fight. We have a physical excellence target here, that is Valagnar. And the caster target, I do believe, is... I wrote it down. Caster target is Hitchu. So Hitchu, feel free to mark yourself as well. Alright, okay. Everybody back on the hour. Make sure to stretch your legs, grab a drink, and then we'll get ready for Katy Perry. All right. We are nearly at the hour. So party leaders, you can start doing ready checks. I'm only concerned that the newbies are back. We have about 5 of them. So let's do ready checks, make sure everybody's alive and well. Okay, so let's have a quick look. Slimes 1 is alive, Slimes 2 is alive, Slimes 3 is alive. Golems 1 is all Gucci. No newbies missing there. Golems 3 is good. As soon as Golems 2 is good, I'll make sure. There's no newbies in Golems 2, I'm positive. Okay, cool. So let's talk about Katy Perry, Trinity Avowed. Mia, the thermometer looking debuffs are hot and cold. And the person with the arrows, what do you mean? Yes, okay. There you go. So Helios has posted the image that is probably useful, and I should probably put in the bot. So I'm going to pin that real quick so I remember. So yes, Katy Perry here. A basic understanding of hot and cold is required here. When she casts hot and cold, or if you're German, Eis Flammensturm, then you need to look at your hot and cold, and you need to figure out what you need to get hit by, as the objective is to make that element to be neutral. So, for instance, if you get a hot and cold that is hot 2, you need to get hit by a mechanic that is cold 2, as that will neutralize it out, and you've completed the mechanic. So that is the basics of hot and cold, the very basics. And what makes it difficult is that it's combined with mechanics for the weapons that are a little bit tricky sometimes. So I'll very quickly explain how they work. So when we pull the boss, she will cycle through some weapons, and that will determine her weapon order for the rest of the fight. The weapon order is random, but the order that we get in the first phase will be the same in the second phase. Tanks, you should all have Ether Shield here. Please let your party know if you're greeding. If you're going to get your first font of power or something off before you switch to Ether Shield. So just let your party know, but I want an Ether Shield in every party, please, particularly if there are newbies, unless your healers say so. Tank Buster here is called Wrath of Bajda, and it can be hit to 3 people. So when Wrath of Bajda comes out, I want all tanks in front, and the 3 lucky souls who get hit by it will need a small heal afterwards. Please make sure to use the light cooldowns like Rampart. The raid wide is called Glory of Bajda, and that is where you want to use your Ether Shield. Okay. Force March will always take you 2 tiles, please remember that. And please do not arise when hot and cold is active. If you have a hot and cold debuff, do not use arise on anybody. Okay, so let's talk about the weapons. Staff 1 is a point blank circle AoE around the boss's feet. You need to move away from her. There is no melee uptime. The boss will then give you a hot and cold and a force march, and she will summon some meteors in the corner. Look at your hot and cold. Force march will always take you 2 tiles. Everybody will be in the middle, and then we will force march towards the meteor that resolves our hot and cold. Mechanic over. For sword 1, the boss will cleave to her sides and behind her, so we will have sword in front. She will teleport herself between 2 and 3, and then she will give everybody a hot and cold. After that, she will disappear and summon 3 clones, and there will be 4 untargetable Trinity Avoweds on the arena. I will call out the safe spot that will never get hit by any of the swords. From that safe spot, you need to work out from your hot and cold what you need to get hit by, and move 1 tile in the direction of the clone that has the sword that you need to get hit by in its hand. So if I call that 4 is the safe spot, you need to move to either 1, 3, D, or south of 4. If you go and stand on 2, you are guaranteed death. If you stand north or south of D, you are guaranteed death. If you stand south of 3, you are guaranteed death. Always 1 tile away from the safe spot that I call in any cardinal direction. Okay. And bow. Bow, she will cleave in front of her, and to her sides, it will be bow behind. Tanks will need to be in front for the tank buster for bow 1, and everybody will get a force march. We'll be in the middle, and we will need to point our force march at either Delta or Bravo. I will call out which one you need to point it towards. It will be away from the flame. We will then only have one column to play in, and she will spawn arrows on the opposite side of the arena. You need to look at your hot and cold, figure out what you need to get hit by, and then look at the arrows that have the elements above them. Follow the arrow with the element that you need to get hit by to neutralize. Follow it all the way down the ladder. It does not glow up white the same way it does in normal mode. You will need to manually trace the path of the arrow. It will not glow. The golden rule for Trinity Avowed arrows is that the arrow will take every single turn that it encounters on the ladder. You can see an example of this in Run Chat. It will not glow. Follow the arrow down manually. Stop DPS if you need to. Okay. I will now explain the difference between the first set of weapons and the second set of weapons only, but there is one additional mechanic. That mechanic is called Elemental Brand. Once the boss has given you a hot and cold, she will give you a second element, which is Elemental Brand. Think of it like a second hot and cold. You need to add your hot and cold and Elemental Brand together, and the objective is to make them neutralize each other. For instance, if she gives you a hot and cold of hot 1, and she gives you an Elemental Brand of cold 2, that means you need to get hit by a hot 1 mechanic. That will turn the hot 1 hot and cold into hot 2. Hot 2 and cold 2 cancels each other out, and it will neutralize. For the staff weapon, she will no longer give you a force march. You will need to manually move to the meteor that you need to get hit by to resolve both your hot and cold and Elemental Brand. You only need to get hit by one of the meteors. As well as that, she will summon clones on the north and east side of the arena, and they will do rectangular AoEs across the arena. I will call out which tile in your corner is safe. If I call outside corner, it is the white outside corner that I'm currently jumping on the bottom left of the arena. If I call east-west green, it is the one that is above or below D or B. If I call north-south green, it is the one that is left or right of C or alpha. And if I call inside corner, it is the corner that is closest to the middle. Okie dokie. For sword 2, it's functionally exactly the same as swords 1. The only difference is you may need to get hit twice. She can give you a combo such as hot 2 for hot and cold, and hot 2 for your Elemental Brand. That would mean you will need to get hit by a cold 2 mechanic twice. Please make sure to move your characters so that you don't get kicked. 10-minute AFK kick timer here. And then for bow. Tricky mechanic. She will no longer give you a force march when she summons the firewall. Instead, you will need to manually sprint away from the firewall whilst dodging line AoEs on the arena. She will give you a hot and cold and an Elemental Brand. Figure out what you need to get hit by. You may need to get hit by no arrow. She will then give you a force march. Again, force march takes you 2 tiles. So, figure out what arrow you need to get hit by. If you need to get hit by nothing, follow the blank tile on the opposite side of the arena. Be 2 tiles away from what you need to get hit by, and then force march to that tile. Because again, force march will take you 2 tiles. Very tricky mechanic, and it does hurt. A lot of people end up walking into the wall sometimes, but it happens. It happens. After that mechanic, we'll see a tank buster, and after every single weapon, we will see a raid wide. Okay, that pretty much covers anything. I just want to reiterate again, ether shields on every raid wide. If hot and cold is up, please do not arise unless you know what you are doing. Let's do ready checks in all groups. You can put food up now as well. As Elise, you want a tank? Perfect. As Elise has the plus shape marker above their head, they will be the main tank. Forget tradition. Alright, so let's have a look. Slimes 1 is ready, Slimes 3 is ready, Slimes 2 is ready, Golems 1 is ready, Golems 3 is ready. And if we can get confirmation that Golems 2 is ready, all you vets in there, I'm sure there's at least one ready checker that's gone out, right? Human is, but yeah. Cool, Golems 2 is ready. Perfect. Alright, 25 seconds. I think Golems 2 is just vibing at the moment. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah, I thought you guys would be. Alright, you can use Cure 4 and Dervish now if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Tanks in front with cooldowns, please. And then Ether Shields out. Ether Shields out. Tank stance is off, please. Oh, it's 1v1 aggro. Okay, staff away, staff away. Staff away, staff away. Okay, let's get nice and close. And bow behind, go north, go to 2, go to 2, go to 2. And it's sword first. Sorry, Biaras. And everybody goes south. Sword, staff, bow. A little bit to the left, a little bit to the left. Alright, sword is first. She's going to give you a hot and cold. Look at your hot and cold, figure out what you need to get hit by. Same now, so. Alright, and the first safe spot is... number 2. First safe spot is number 2. Be on number 2 or 1 tile away. 4 and next to 4 is instant death. And the second safe spot is number 1. Second safe spot is number 1. Thank you, Helios. Alright. Ether shields up, ether shields up. And next will be staff away. Staff away, move away now. Everybody into the middle. She's going to give you a hot and cold. Look at your hot and cold, figure out what you need to get hit by. Force March, look where it's going to take you. It is 2 tiles. Meteors are dropping. And Force March to the meteor that you need to get hit by. Alright, back on the boss. Ether shields up, ether shields up. And next will be bow behind, bow behind, bow behind. Bow behind now. Alright, tanks in front with light cooldowns, please. She's giving you a Force March. Look at where Force March is taking you. We will be going to either Bravo or Delta. Let's see where. Okay, get ready with Force March. Because we are going to Delta. Force March to Delta. If somebody gets caught behind, you can rescue them. And look at your hot and cold. Figure out what you need to get hit by. Follow the arrow down manually. And then move. Alright, back on the boss. Ether shields up, ether shields up. You can keep her pointed at the middle. Because sword is next. Sword in front, sword in front. She will give you a hot and cold after she has teleported. I don't think we'll see the mechanic. I think we can push. Look at your hot and cold. And she will give you an elemental brand, but we won't see it. Great job, everybody. Didn't even see what was going on there. We have 2 people down, 3 people down. So if you are a healer, please stay behind. If you have never completed this fight before, I have a ignore 2 marker above my head. Please come and stand on me. I'm going to take you guys for a wild ride. Alright. Again, if you haven't completed this fight before, please follow me. I am on the south of the arena. So remember when I said avoid the traps when we came in? There's a very good reason. We actually can't complete the raid without activating a specific trap. Please be careful of the explodey trap. And then we can go into the corridor we came in on. And you'll see me standing next to the pink trap. Get as close as possible without touching it. Any more on the way? We've got one more coming, I think. See some lovely dancer moves happening there. Alright. Get nice and close to the pink trap, as close as possible. Hellfire, are you scared to touch it? Feel free to touch it. I don't mind. You can touch it now. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. That's all that happens. We get to turn mini. So, the reason we need this is on the other side of the Trinity Avowed arena. There is a cat statue. And what we need to do is walk through the gate in front of the cat statue. First person that walks through the gate will open the gate for everybody else. And we get to go and see the super secret boss. Super secret boss. Yeah, Lullafell biggest. Nice. Okay, the gate got opened. When you go down the stairs, please be careful. There are traps. There are traps. There are traps. And just to be sure, I'm going to say it again. There are traps. Once you have zoned in down the stairs, do not move. Do not move at all unless somebody has perception and is ready to find them. Alright. Do not follow the trapper. Do not follow the trapper. There's one more trap, and I already know that some people know what it is. Be very careful, please. Very careful. Alright. Okay, I think we are all pretty much here. So I have assigned myself kiting tank number 3. I'm looking for volunteers for kiting tank number 1, 2, and 4. If you would like to be a kiting tank. Okay, there we go. So Etienne, I'm going to mark you number 4. Whoever is a tank number 1 will also main tank the Lord. As least you are tank number 1 then. So feel free to mark yourself. How do you say quack in French? I'm going to need vocal response. Coin. Coin, coin, coin. That's confusing. I'm probably saying it wrong as well, but hey ho. Alright, so we have kiting tanks confirmed. I'm going to run the bot command in run chat. Minerva. I love that picture. All right. Okay, so images are in run chat and they are important for this fight. Coin. Okay. Perfect. Sounds good. All right. Kytine tanks are confirmed. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Azalise, you are tank number 1. You are also DCing, but you are tank number 1. That means you will tank the Lord. Kytine tanks, let's get those sorted. So Nico, if you can please do number 3. So you'll be trapping 3 to 4. That would be great. Nymea, if you could trap 2 to 3. Absolutely perfect. Masha Toe, if you could trap 1 to 2. Yeah, Azalise has Pokeball, don't worry about it too much. And Mia, you will be trapping 4 to 1, please. All right. Now, when I say trapping, let me explain. Yes, I'll explain it. Nice and simple, don't worry. So, when we pull the boss will do a bunch of mechanics up until it gets to 70%. The mechanics are knockbacks, raid wides, tank busters, and giant cleaves. When the boss reaches 70%, he will disappear and go back into the middle of the arena. Tanks who are 1, 2, 3, and 4 will go to the numbered way markers. Masha 2, you will go to number 1. Nymea, you will go to number 2. Nico, you will go to number 3. And Mia, you will go to the number 4 marker. You guys are the trappers. You do not need your tank stance. The Kytine tanks 1, 2, 3, and 4, you all know where to go. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. 4 Minotaurs will spawn on the cardinal positions near the inside ring. Now, when I say the inside ring, there are 2 rings here. There are the outside rings and the inside rings. When the boss disappears, the whole arena will become purple goo and it will kill you in one shot unless you are in one of these 2 rings. Okay? So you need to make sure you're in one of the rings at all times. The 4 Kytine tanks, the ones that are marked 1, 2, 3, and 4, will pick up the Minotaurs using their like Shield Lab, Tomahawk, Lightning Shots. I forget the Dark Knight one. And you will kite them clockwise, please. So 1, that's Azalise, you will pick up your Minotaur at 1 and start kiting clockwise towards number 2. Unmend, thank you so much. Once you reach your next numbered way marker, Kytine tanks, the traps will spawn. Everybody that is on the outside ring will need to go to a numbered way mark at that time. That is the only place safe from traps. Trapping tanks, when I say that the traps have spawned, I want all of you to activate sprint and then sprint clockwise to the next number. So Mia, activate sprint, activate your invuln, and then sprint from 4 to 1. Nico, you will sprint from 3 to 4. Nymea, you will sprint from 2 to 3. And Masha 2, you will sprint from 1 to 2. Okay? Because you have your invuln active and you are sprinting, you will activate the trap and it will either be an explodey or a poison. Healers, please pay attention to your tanks. If they get poisoned, they will need an Ashuna rather quick before that tank invuln falls off. Alright, so that's the tank responsibilities. Keep kiting the Minotaurs clockwise, keep them away from each other, keep them away from the boss in the middle. Healers, you will take the inside ring. There are 2 mechanics to handle on the inside ring that need to be handled for the whole raid. One is a fire orb and one is a dispel earth orb. If you have dispel equipped, please tell me in Yell chat now. The earth orb needs to be dispelled and then attacked once. Once it has been attacked once, when the dispel has taken effect, it will die immediately. Okay. The fire orbs need to be reflected. Exactly the same way as in Queensguard, activate your light curtain and stand on it. They will continue to periodically spawn throughout the whole of the ad phase, so please make sure to continually reflect and dispel the orbs. They will always spawn opposite each other. So if you're on dispel duty and the fire orb spawns on you, the earth orb will be on the opposite side of the arena. Okay? DPS, when the boss disappears, you can all go stand on the 3 marker as soon as possible, okay? I will pull the Minotaur towards 3 and then kite it clockwise. You can use all of your damage burst abilities once the ads spawn. We want to kill 1 Minotaur at a time. So when we pull the Lord, do not use your big damage, wait until the ads spawn, and then you can kill the Minotaur when it's passing 3. When the traps spawn, obviously go back to 3. When we're kiting the Minotaurs, these are the mechanics that everybody needs to expect to happen and needs to respect them. The first one is push and pull. The boss will cast Labyrinthine Fate and give everybody a push or pull debuff. He will only give you 1 of them. The images for these are in run chat. If you get a push, you need to stand on one of the inside alcoves that you can see on a ring. I am currently standing on one of them and jumping. This is a push alcove. You stand in this, the boss will push you away from the middle towards the number 3. If you get the pull debuff, you need to stand on the outside alcove, any of them will do. The boss will pull you towards him, towards the inside. Okay? Everybody needs to do this mechanic, even if you are on the inside ring. Very important. If you fail that mechanic, you will die instantly. You will get pushed or pulled into a wall. I guarantee it. Okay? Few of the mechanics, there will be AoEs going off underneath people's feet periodically. Do not bunch up, spread out as much as you can after the first push and pull, so that you don't target everybody with your AoEs. Another thing that may happen is both rings may get electrified. If you see an electric, strike on the ring, I guess, go and stand in any of the notches. Any of the notches will be safe at that point in time. Okay? The push and pull debuffs, please have them open on another screen or memorize at least one of them. I remember the pull as the boss slurping noodles towards him because he's standing in the middle of the arena. Alright. That should cover pretty much everything. Kiting tanks, I think you're all experienced, you know what to do. Trapping tanks, if you could just write in Yell chat where you are trapping from and to. Yes, the notches are the alcoves. So, Galen, you can see that I'm standing on the push alcove here. Notch. And the number 3 marker is the pull alcove. I hope that helps. So 2 to 3 is confirmed, 3 to 4. If we could just have 1 to 2 and 4 to 1 also confirm. These are the trapper tanks. So 1 to 2 is Masha 2 and 4 to 1 is Mia. If you could just confirm that you know where you are trapping from. Perfect. That's 1 to 2 and 4 to 1. Perfect. Absolutely delightful. Okay, ready checks. I can see some groups are already ready. Golem's groups are ready. Slime's 1 is ready. Slime's 3 is ready. And Slime's 2 is ready. Perfect. I'm going to start countdown. As Elise tank stands on, everybody else tank stands off until I say. Kitchen sink kaboom. Scary for your healers, though. Casters, you can use Cure 4 now. Please hold your cooldowns until the Minotaurs spawn, though. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright, first up will be a Tank Buster. Make sure you're behind the boss. And use your anti-knockback now. Anti-knockback now. And we'll get to see some quacks, also known as coins. Coin. 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 Kiting tanks, tank stance is on. Tanks all go to your positions. DPS to south, healers in the middle. And Kaito's, you can start moving now. Clockwise. And very soon, the traps will begin spawning. Go back to a numbered notch. Go back to a numbered notch. Activate your invuln and sprint now, trappers. Sprint now. Healers, get ready to Asuna. Look at your push and pull and resolve it. Resolve your push and pull now. Resolve your push and pull now. Alright, keep on the reflect orbs and the earth orbs. We're doing great. Hide in the notches. Hide in the notches. Any of the notches will do. We'll kill this last one. Make sure to dodge the AoEs. Perfect. Be careful of the reflect orb. Get away from it. Alright, back on the boss. There is a raid wide. And we will see rapid bolts. These are electric underneath your feet. Move them away from the group. Move the rapid bolts out of the group and then come back in once you drop it. Back in now. Everybody in the middle. There's going to be a giant swing. Get away from the swing. Away from the swing. Nice and close again. There will be another 2 sets of rapid bolts coming up. Take them out of the arena. And then come back in. I have to move my Belied. Take them out of the arena and move back in. Everybody stack in the middle. Make sure you build in job gauge and get away from the proximity. Get away from the proximity. You can outrange the quack, the coin. 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 And there is a tank buster next. Make sure you are away from the main tank. Build your job gauge. Do not spend resources. Alright, everybody is up. Everybody is up. Great job. Alright, don't forget your piece of loot. Super important. I'm like positive I'm saying it completely wrong as well. I can hear the Frenchies laughing from like, you know, another country right now.
It's quoi?
Quoi? This is
Quoi?
like I need like, you know, somebody in voice to say it. That makes sense now. Quoi?
Thanks for telling him after we did the whole poll and not before.
No.
He was
They obviously
asking.
wanted to laugh at me, Minerva. Come on.
Yeah, kinda. Sorry.
Alright, okay. First thing we need to get out of the way. If you have received a runner's secret in this run, from any of the chests so far, please tell your party leader. If you did not, please also tell your party leader. We are doing some science to find out the approximate drop rate of these types of items. If you have one in your inventory from this pull, please tell your party leader. If you do not have one in your inventory, please tell your party leader. And in party leaders, if you could report it in Rainbow Chat, that would be great. You can say in party chat, please, to your party leaders. And party leaders either note it down or put it in Rainbow Chat. Perfect. Alright, next let's talk about Queen. Again, Ether Shields are going to be a requirement here for the raid wides. A lot of the mechanics that you will see in this fight are from Queen's Guard. So those are the Relentless play mechanics. You will see the same ones that you have seen from Queen's Guard. Let's talk about tanks. I will mark myself tank number 2. If somebody wants to tank the Queen, either 1 or 3, please mark yourself now. Preferably Paladins or Gunbreakers, but I'll take anything. Alright. The Tank Buster is a 2-hit Tank Buster. It will hit your tanks twice, and then the next tank in line will use Provoke and take aggro after the 2 hits. As Lees, you absolutely can. Are you okay with number 3? Perfect. All right, 3 tanks are sorted. I also have 1,000,001 backups here, so I'm fairly happy with that. Okay, so mechanics that you have seen from normal mode on this fight, I think the Northwane Glow is probably the biggest one. So that is the 3 lines that intersect each other and create a safe spot on one side of the arena. That is present throughout this whole fight. We will also see normal chess, reflect orbs and dispels, super chess, and all 4 of the relentless plays. So for normal chess, that will be the first mechanic we see. Guards will spawn on the northeast southwest of the arena. We need to basically dodge that plus-shaped cleaves that they do, and whilst respecting the Northwane Glow, and we may need to move twice and dodge. Who put these waymarks down? No thank you. No thank you, sir. Okay, so for normal chess, yes, dodge the cleaves that are coming in, dodge the Northwane Glow. We may need to move twice. I'll tell you where to move based on the way markers that are on the arena, so keep that in mind. Reflect orbs and dispels later on. Please let me know that you have dispel slotted, and yes, re-raisers. If somebody needs a re-raiser, please go stand on Delta at the back. I do have some to hand out. So yes, dispels and reflect orbs later on. We will need full dispels on the Queen, and everybody will need to use a light curtain. When light curtain is used, it will reflect the orb. If you do not have any light curtains, then please make sure you dodge. Super important. And the 4 relentless plays. Let's talk about the 4 relentless plays. I think somebody has run Queen. No, okay, I'll run Queen. So the 4 relentless plays. Oh wow, okay, we've got some re-raisers to give out here. Nice. I've got like tons of hope. You have no idea. Okay, there we go. Relentless play 1 is a Northwane Glow along with the wind tether that you have seen in Queensguard. You will also get the open side underneath your feet. You need to point the open side towards the gunner that will always be in the northwest, north of Delta. Okay. You may also need to move to a wind puddle or a lightning puddle. If you received the debuff or the tether, you need to move to the wind puddle, if not the lightning puddle. Once the gunner has done his AoE in the north, you then need to point your open side towards a gunner that is on the east or west. Relentless play 2 is horrible. It is a queen cleave with a knockback. So the queen will cleave 3/5 of the arena, and there will be a knockback from the middle. When the knockback from the middle happens, we need to make sure we dodge the queen cleave and also the orb that is doing the knockback. Relentless play 3, everybody will stack up on one location, and the knight will teleport to us. And just like in Queensguard, it will either be inside the hitbox or outside the hitbox in one location. And then we also need to dodge the turrets. Relentless play 4 is a knockback with tethered bombs and either fire or ice. We're not going to see Relentless play 5. I'm not going to talk about it. Super chess. Let's talk about super chess. I am here to make super chess easy, hopefully for you. If you don't understand super chess, that is what we're going to do. So for super chess, there are a few things that you need to pay attention to: your personal debuffs and also where the safe spot is. The safe spot will spawn either north of A or south of C. First thing you need to do is point your camera at the safe spot and move slightly away from it. So if the safe spot is north on A, point your camera at A. That is your brand new north, and move slightly away from A. You will then receive 2 debuffs, and they will be the Roman numeral debuffs, and you can see them in run chat. You can only receive either a 2, 3, or 4, and you will receive 2 of these. When you add any of those numbers together, they will equal either 5, 6, or 7. That is the only combinations you can have: 5, 6, or 7. Once you've added them together, I will make a call out, and I will tell you where to stand to start super chess. Okay? So 5, 6, or 7, I will make a call out that will be something similar like stand on 3 if you are 7, 6 in the corner, and 5 on the number 4. So if you add your debuffs together and they are 5, stand on 4. If you add them together, they equal 7, stand on 3. And 6 in the middle, in the corner between them. This one here. I won't always be using those waymarks. It depends on the mechanic. but I will be using the waymarks as a reference. You then need to resolve your debuffs, and the way you resolve debuffs is by moving towards the save spot. I will tell you whether you can play in the left-hand side most tile. So I will say play in the 4 column if you can play in the 4 column. You will resolve your first numbered debuff first, and you will see the numbers disappearing above your head. When they disappear entirely, stop moving. If you get a doom marker above your head, you have moved far too many tiles and need to move back. You resolve the path to Super Chest safe spot in two movements. So you resolve debuff 1 first, wait for the other guards to move, and then you resolve second debuff towards and go into the safe spot at the end. I hope that makes sense. So find a safe spot, point your camera at it, treat it as your new north, move away from it. I will call out where to stand based on the numbers that you need to add together. We will then move and resolve your first debuff, wait, and then we will move and resolve your second debuff and stay in the safe spot at the end of the mechanic. Alright, again, ether shields for every single raid wide in this fight. I have 1 castable re-raiser left. Does anybody want it? If you do, speak up and shout chat now. Now's a great time to eat food, and let's do ready checks in all groups. Perfect. Thank you, Helios. Can we have dispels confirm in Yell chat as well, please? Perfect. You are safe to arise in combat for this fight. What's the French word for dispel? Is it dissipation or something like that? Okay. Dickspel. No, I know that one. I know that one. Alright, Golems 2 is ready, Slimes 2 is ready, Slimes 3, Slimes 1, Golems 1 is ready. And as soon as Golems 3 is ready, we'll get going. Nobody should have that tank stance on apart from Jaja. And Golems 3 is ready. Countdown is starting, it's going to be 30 seconds this time. Excellence targets are marked. Azella and Haku. Azella is physical, Haku is magical. You can apply Cure 4s now.
You want a marker for Jess?
Oh yeah, please, if you could.
It's the boss.
3, 2, 1, let's go. You can tank the boss facing the folks, please. And ether shields up. Ether shields up. Alright, first thing we'll see is Murder Chest. Let's get ready. Okay, we're going to wait for North Swain Glow. Okay, we are going towards the left, towards Delta. Number 4 is safe. Number 4 is safe. Number 4 is safe. Okay, and D is safe. D is safe. The middle is not safe. Do not step into the middle. And Tank Buster 1 is coming out. Tank 2, please get ready, pop your stance on. Hey, look, that's me. Hit 1. And number 2. All right, ether shields up, ether shields up. And Super Chess 1 is coming next. You can hold your big 2 minutes.
Skip.
Yeah,
Skipped.
that's a skip.
Kitchen sink mitigations, anything you have.
All the mitigations, everything. Healers, get ready to heal. Awesome. Thank you, Minerva. Get ready with light curtains and dispels. Light curtains up now, light curtains up now. Dispels on the Queen, please. Everybody light curtains up. And inside the shell, inside the shell. And Relentless by 1. The gunner is on the northwest. Please take note of where he is. If you have a tether, you'll be going to a wind puddle, but please wait for North Wangler. North Wangler is taking us south. South, south, south. Tethers go to wind, open side to the gunner in the northwest. Open side to a turret. And then we'll be going into the middle. Tank Buster. Tank number 3, pop your stance on. Hit 1. And 2. Please provoke. And Relentless play 2. Everybody towards the middle. Everybody towards the middle. Okay, we are knocking back towards 3. Knock back towards 3. And everybody go towards 3. Go towards 3. Back on the bus. Ether shields up, ether shields up. Push any damage you have. Limit breaks if you have them. What the fuck?
It's not even close.
Hey, right, that's a little bit weird, guys. Okay, we have 1 death, so healers, please stay behind to res them.
Thanks for the re-clear.
We don't have re-clears that skip both chests.
Yes, we do.
No, not too often because we don't have a lot of re-clears. But a newbie run skipping both chests. It feels like I'm robbing these newbies of super chests.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Come back
God,
next week for
Lord.
another Newbie run so you see it.
Alright, let's get last person up and then we will head to the back and get a nice screenshot. This was stupidly fast, guys. It's like 1 hour 45. Thank you so much to everybody who brought the excellencies, being targets, mimics, the damage, and the flexibility. That was a run. That's all I've got. Like, that was a run. I think those are the appropriate words. Yeah, Torty, you did the same as me. Too close. I stood way too close to the orb when I got knocked back. So, all right. Best G pose positions now, please. Let's get a nice screenshot. Congratulations, everybody who got their first clear, and also those getting achievements and some nice loot. If it is your first time clearing, you can open up your achievements window on the outside and pick up your doggo. Make sure to tell your friends about the doggo when they ask where you got it from. Point them in our direction, and we will help them get their doggo. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nuclears today. And Eluana, well done on your 10 kill achievement. I will give you that roll manually. So well done on your 10 kill achievement. That is super, super awesome. Always good when we see people getting that achievement. All right, that was a run, guys. I think that, like I said earlier, that's the only word I've got for it. Absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. What super chess? I'm gonna have to clip that so I can preserve that pull for all time. That was a weird pull. If you are genuinely interested in super chess, do come back next week. We will be hosting another newbie run. I do feel like I've genuinely robbed some of the newbies. It does feel like that. Exactly.
Now all future runs are gonna feel super weird because they're too slow.
That's what we've got to say. We've got to say, oh, you guys are too slow. We had a run that skipped super chess.
I can't wait for this to be the standard in like 5 years. Just like BA.
They're going to do something weird. All right. Let's all leave now. When we get outside, I will disband the alliance, so you don't have to listen to the pinging of people leaving the party. I really hope you've all had a fantastic time. I certainly have had a great run. You guys made this super easy. And yeah, if you're interested in doing more DRS, please come back next week. We will have a run next week. I think other Discords will also be running quite a lot more frequently next week. The likes of Conclave, Late Night, definitely running next week. LFG will probably be running as well. And yeah, thank you very much. Catch you all later. Bye-bye.